I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for tuning in here on SummitCitySports.com, whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube. We are here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House for Week 2 of the Fort Wayne Area High School Hockey Association. It's a bit of a spooky, cold evening here as we are getting set for our opening matchup between the Carroll Chargers and the Fort Wayne Vipers. To recap the events of last week, the Carroll Chargers were beaten by the Homestead Spartans by a score of 9-6 in favor of Homestead. And the Fort Wayne Vipers came roaring out of the gate by defeating the Leo Lions by a score of 7-1. Homestead coming off a huge game by number 12 of the Homestead Spartans. That is Cody Hurley. He led the team last week with 4 goals on the night. So he was a big reason as to why the Homestead Spartans defeated Carroll last week. And Carroll was backed by the goal productions of number 3, Grant Palmer. So Palmer looking to continue his point streak here into tonight. The Fort Wayne Vipers, on the other hand, did a very good job as they had scoring production from number 5 on the team. That was Drew Wilson, as he put on a good show last week. Taking a look into tonight's games, obviously this first one is between the Fort Wayne Vipers and the Carroll Chargers. Next up is the Homestead Spartans and the Leo Lions, getting ready for our second game. Next week, Wednesday, November 6th, we will have the Leo Lions and the Carroll Chargers renewing their rivalry once again. Their puck drop will be at 6:40. And the Fort Wayne Vipers and the Homestead Spartans will face off at 8:40 before it cycles through and these teams will start playing each other once again. Take a look at the quick standings here. It is the Homestead Spartans and the Fort Wayne Vipers leading the way with obviously one game played. Both teams are 1-0 with 2 points. Homestead, however, is in first place due to goal 4, which is the tiebreaker. They have 9. The Vipers have 7. So Homestead just barely has the edge over the Vipers for the number 1 while they are still tied. Carroll and Leo are tied for third at 0-1 with 0 points, but Carroll does have the edge there as they do have 6 goals for compared to Leo's 1. We are sending it down to the ice for the anthem. When we come back, it'll be the first period here on SummitCitySports.com. And so we are back here at SummitCitySports.com. Before we get going, as you know, of course, today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. That is 260sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Officials are ready to go. Team's getting some last-minute instruction before we get puck drop. Taking a look at the goaltending duo starting tonight for the Carroll Chargers. It is going to be number 50, Carson Carteau, in net for Carroll. And making his debut for the Vipers, former Fort Wayne Bruin, that is number 37, Steven Yeiser, who last year put up some pretty good numbers for the Bruins. So, teams are lined up at the faceoff circle. Puck is dropped, and we are underway and already in the zone. Here is Zemansky. He'll wrap it around the boards. Now to the near side. Perry and McKinnon fighting for position. That one's out to the point. Shot tipped in front by Zemansky, and that one goes wide. Now to the far side. Leninger with possession. He is bumped off the play, but he actually sends McKinnon down to the ice. As it's going to be regrouped in the Carroll zone by Caleb Demiri. Demiri banking it off the boards, but it's kept alive at the point by the Vipers. And here comes Kuharski with a slap shot. That one off the stick of McKinnon and through the blue paint to the near side. That one going down low. Demiri there for the Chargers as he pokes it out to the neutral zone. Backstrom, poke check there. Here comes Perry into the zone. Perry with a shot. That one's blocked in front. That one out to the point now for Demiri. He loses it. Here comes the Vipers. It is Austin Reisner. Reisner, shot. Good save there by Carteau. That one now out to the point. That one still battling for it at the point. And now it's a shot. That one wide. Save. Scores! Austin Reisner. So Carroll, unable to get the puck out of their own zone, results in a turnover at the blue line. Reisner able to cash home a rebound goal, and it's 1-0 in favor of the Fort Wayne Vipers. Off the draw, it is now along the blue line. Now to number 26, that is Nick Lehman. Kuharski looks like unable to, or excuse me, that is Kohlmeyer, as now it's in the neutral zone to DeGroot. DeGroot with it now, trying to get it out. Here's Palmer. Palmer at the circle. Deeks to the backhand and try another shot. Scores! Palmer ties it up almost immediately, and it's now 1-1. So, Grant Palmer continuing his goal streak here as he gets one on the board. After a failed shot attempt, he's able to pick it right back up and backhands it just under the goaltender Yeiser, and we are tied up at 1 with 13-13 remaining in the first period. Carter Minch with it now inside his defensive zone up to Kuharski. Kuharski, former Bishop Dwenger Saint, gives it now to Carter Minch. Mitch coming in the zone. He's batted off the play. Here's Zemansky. Zemansky shot. That one's in the glove of Carteau, and Carteau will hang on. First time getting a look at the Vipers' home jerseys, the black, red, and white, and I have to say they look pretty nice. As we got to look at their away reds last week. To the draw, it is going to be Burge against Wilson. That one won by Wilson. That one's knocked down low. Now along the near side, Backstrom tied up with Burge. That one is sent out of the zone by Ringenberg, and that will not be an icing as the goaltender Yeiser comes out to play it. Looks like Yeiser's wearing number 98. Here's a centering feed to Bird. Shot save. Rebound opportunity and another save. And another chance and another save by Yeiser. That one coming from just outside of the crease. One of a goaltender's worst nightmare is a quick shot from just a couple feet out. Barely have enough time to kind of read the shot, so that's one of the goaltender's worst nightmares. 12:27 remaining in the first. We are tied at 1 from goals on Reasoner and Palmer. Face-off won by the Chargers. Now it's down low for Scott. Now along the near side. Now one's going to be kept in the neutral zone. Now into the Viper end by Nick Tigner. And now it's going to be played along the far corner. Now picked up by Scott. He'll wrap it around to the point that is kept alive by, looks like, Cooper Mishler for Carroll. Now that one's out of the zone and off the glass at the penalty box. And still battling with it in the neutral zone. Here comes Perry. Cameron Perry in the zone. Perry trying to get around Wilson. Unable to do so. And now here comes the Vipers the other way. As that one's tipped in the zone. Demiri send it over to the boards. That one's going to draw a penalty on Hayden Scott. Part of the new late hit rule. That's going to be roughing. So again, me and Joe Hacker touched this up last week, who is not here tonight. There's a new rule with the youth hockey leagues about a late hit where it will cause a roughing call if any plays made or if any hits made late. So it's Hayden Scott to the penalty box for Vipers. 11:29 remaining on the clock, and looks like an accidental start of the clock, so they're going to hold it for a second. Carroll with their first man advantage of the night. Face-off won by the Chargers. Demiri can't control it. That one's out to the neutral zone. Coming in the zone, that one is whistled down for an offsides. So face-off in the neutral zone. Here's Ridge with possession. He turns it over, and he's able to poke it away. That one was Ian Scott trying to come away with it for the Vipers. Here is Devin Perry with possession. He takes it behind the net, looking up the near side. Now is going to be in the neutral zone. And poked away there by number 4 of the Vipers. That is Keegan McComb. Now it is going to be Ian Scott behind the net, pressured by 2 Chargers. Leninger with possession. He banks it off the boards. Cameron Perry trying to get around the defense. He's poke checked there. And that one sent down the ice by McKinnon on net. Carteau has to make the save. Now here's Demiri with possession. Gets it over to Perry along the far side. Now at the half wall into the faceoff circle. Backhands on net and a save by Yeiser off the shoulder. As now here's Perry behind the net. Wraparound attempt save and a rebound opportunity is loose in the face-off dot to the goaltender's right. Perry loses an edge, and the Vipers will cash in on the opportunity and send it down the ice. Zemanski just backhands it further into the zone from the near side, as now it is going to be controlled by the Chargers. Cameron Perry with possession. He'll go back up the far side. Cuts to the high slot. Shot there. Save. Rebound. And a beautiful save by Yeiser. Getting the paddle on the ice to deny Devin Perry. 20 seconds remaining in the power play for the Chargers. At the point now, poke check here, and here comes the Vipers. It is McKinnon on the breakaway. Shot saved by Carteau. Zemanski backhands it further into the zone. And now here is Perry for the Chargers. Going up the far side. 1 second, and Vipers are back to full strength, and now a big hit there just in the high slot on Perry. Devin Perry cutting down. A shot is blocked there, looked like by Backstrom, and here is Burge. Burge with it now, out to Perry. Perry has shot, that one's wide. Now grabbed by Demiri along the far side. It's going to be controlled by number 6, Carter Knoblau. of the Fort Wayne Vipers, part of the Team Indiana 16U AAA Elite Team. As now is going to be once again controlled, this time by Wilson. Here's Grant Palmer, already with the goal tonight, as he goes up the middle over to Devin Perry. Perry trying to get around Minch, unable to do so as they tie up along behind the net. Here is Palmer trying to get around Wilson, unable to do so. As now it is out to Demiri at the point, now down to Devin Perry. Perry tied up there by Michael Bushel. As now it's out to Demiri at the point. Once again, here is the Vipers, but that's poked away there by Demiri. And that one comes out of the zone. Devin Perry with possession. He'll flip it in for a delayed offsides. That one into the skate of Drew Wilson. Now here's Reasoner. Blind pressure, stick lift on Demiri. Reasoner has possession as he kind of just flips it to himself. Now that's Palmer tied up there with Kuharski. And now it is going to be Reasoner. Reasoner trying to come away with it. Demiri is there. Here's Reasoner. Shot saved by Carteau. And Carteau hangs on. Kuharski applying a few extra jabs after the whistle, but nothing will go forth from there. 7:43 remaining in the first period. We are tied up at 1. So off the draw is now to the near side. And a heavy hit there along the near side. It looks like the penalty is going to go to the Vipers on Kuharski for holding. So Carroll gets their second opportunity of the night. They are currently 0 for 1. Kuharski goes to the box for holding. Face-off will be inside the neutral zone, just over the blue line of the Carroll end. And there we go with the face-off. As now Demiri with it. He'll put it off the boards up to, looks like, Devin Perry. Now that one is going to be thrown on net to Carteau. And now here is Nick Tigner with possession. He will flip it down the ice, looking for Devin Perry. That goes for an icing with 7:14 remaining in the first period. So off the draw is going to be out to the point. Kept alive there by looks like Hayden Scott. As now here is the Chargers coming the other way. Into the zone, now down behind the net. Looks like DeGroot will wrap it around the boards, but kept alive there by Devin Perry. Perry centers it to Cameron Perry. Shot off the glove of Yeiser. And that one's now out to the point. Here's Nick Tigner. Shot blocked in front. Here's Trevor McKinnon racing for the puck for the Vipers. He has it along the hash marks. Stops to take a look. Centers it to Kohlmeyer. Tipped in front on net and is saved there by Carteau. Leninger sends it up ice. That hits the stick of Devin Perry. Icing waved off as the Vipers are able to get it out of the zone. And there is another penalty coming up to the Vipers. Here's Perry. Perry has shot. That one's wide. The Vipers will touch up. And now it's a 5-on-3 power play now for the Carroll Chargers with 6:13 remaining in the first. 39 seconds remaining in the penalty to Kuharski. Roughing is the call. We'll figure out who that is. It looks like it's on Hayden Scott. 5-on-3 man advantage for the Chargers. So off the draw is going to be, looks like controlled by Palmer, but he's poke checked. Demiria's shot. That one's a save by Yeiser, and he hangs on. As I mentioned, Steven Yeiser putting up some good numbers last season with the Fort Wayne Bruins before the merger here with Summit City and Dwenger into the Vipers. Off the draw, Reasoner wins it, but it's out to Demiri at the point for the Chargers. Slap shot, that one goes wide. Now it's controlled by, looks like Palmer. Here at the half wall, here is Bevan Perry trying to deke on Midge and unable to do so. That one's into the neutral zone, controlled by Ridge. Now in the zone, it looks like Demiri leaves it for Perry. Devin Perry, poke check there by Bushel, and that one sent down the ice. 5-on-4. Carroll is still on the power play for a minute 10. 5:22 remaining in the first. Here is Cameron Perry coming up the far side. And that one is a delayed offsides for the Chargers. So that one's cleared down the ice by Carter Knobloch. Now into the neutral zone, controlled by Perry. Cameron Perry coming up the far side. And taking down the play was Zemanski. No penalty there as Minch tries to lay a hit, unable to do so. And that one's cleared down the ice by DeGroot. Carteau leaves it behind the net. Now looking for Burge. Burge goes up the far side, passes to Devin Perry. He'll tip it into the zone. To now be controlled, looks like, by the Chargers as it's tied up. Now over to Cameron Perry. Perry looking for a cross ice pass. It's intercepted, and here come the Vipers. Wilson in the zone. The shot is a stop, and now is going to be controlled behind the net to the far corner by Perry. Here's Kuharski. Down to Wilson. Back to Kuharski. Center feed to McComb, and a save by Carteau. Cross banks it off the boards, and that one goes for an icing with 3:39 remaining in the first. Carroll sitting 0 for 3 on the man advantage tonight. As the faceoff will come down inside the Carroll end. Leninger to the draw against Kuharski. Kuharski, former Bishop Dwenger Saint. He'll win it back to the point for Bushel. Bushel shot. That one goes above the net and wide. Now it's going to be played by Burge in the neutral zone. Poke check there by Bushel. And now it's going to be inside the Carroll end. Burge with possession. Burge along the far side, but he got poke check, so now Carroll has to regroup in their own defensive end. Here is Leninger. Leninger with possession, try to get it up to Burge. And that one goes for yet another icing. So faceoff will come back down inside of the Carroll zone. As this looks like it's going to be to the left of the goaltender Carteau. Faceoff won by the Vipers. Shot goes wide. Now along the near side. It's going to be tied up. And now Carroll looks to break out. Unable to do so, as now here is the Vipers with possession. But another turnover. And it's out of the zone. McKinnon unable to keep it in. Hayden Scott pressured now by number 25. That is Landon Ringenberg. That one is shot over the glass and out of play. So faceoff will be inside of the Fort Wayne zone with 2:39 remaining in the first period. Face off to the right to the goaltender Yeiser, and it's going to be won by Zemanski. As the Vipers Come away with it. Here's McKinnon. McKinnon in the zone. McKinnon stops. Shot off the crossbar. Potentially off the knob of the goaltender, Carteau. That one was into the safety netting. Play whistled down. Face-off will stay inside of the Carroll zone. Looks like they're going to move it to the left of the goaltender, Carteau. Players a little unsure about whether the face-off was going to initially take place, but they find their way to the draw. And now it looks like DeGroot will ring it around the boards. Now it's going to be Zemansky, centers it to McKinnon, but it's tipped away by Demiri, and that one's out of the zone. Here is Backstrom into the zone. That one is shot wide. Zemansky out to Hayden Scott. Hayden Scott with it now. Shot saved by Carteau. That one is to the near side. Backstrom tied up with Palmer. And now it looks like Zemansky's going to come in to assist. That one's loose in the high slot. Shot. That one goes wide. Now Zemansky a chance. He fans on it. Now it's going to be controlled by Palmer. Palmer elects to go up the near side. A good dig there on Scott. He's poke check there. Here is Demiri. Demiri a shot. That one is tipped wide. That one backhanded out of the zone. Looked like by McKinnon. As now it is going to be up to Demiri. Into the neutral zone. Palmer drops it back for number 20. That is Blake Ridge. Pressured there by Scott. Still tied up along the far side. Now to Colmeyer in the corner. Tries to center it, but it's knocked away by Demiri. That one now tipped in the neutral zone to be played by number 6, Carter Knoblau. And looks like they're going to call a penalty. Looks like too many men on the Carroll Chargers. So the Vipers will have their first man advantage of the night with 49.3 remaining in the first period. So bench minor, the coach has to elect to have someone from the ice go to the penalty box. He elects to send Cameron Craig to the box. Faceoff will be just outside of the Carroll zone as Kuharski has it for Bushel. Minch knocks it into the zone. That one's thrown way down the ice, off the glove of Yeiser. He wasn't quite sure where it went. He thought he had it. As now is going to be the Vipers coming down the far side. Wilson trying to get it to number 26, Lehman. Kuharski gets it to Lehman. Delayed offsides, and they'll whistle it down. Offsides for the Vipers. We are still tied at 1 here in the first period. 22.5 remaining on the clock. A minute 33. And the man advantage for the Carroll Chargers. Face off in the neutral zone. Coming off the draw is going to be controlled by Reasoner as he gets it over to Bushel. Now coming to the zone. Mensch flips it down low to the far side. Trying to get out of the zone was Nick Tigner. And we have a penalty coming up to the Vipers. Another part of that new late hit rule. So that will negate the power play for the Vipers, as it's now 4-on-4 hockey. 6.2 remaining on the clock. Face-off is won by McComb and immediately whistled down for offsides with 1.8 remaining on the clock for the first period. So one more draw. They will drop it. Perry wins it back. Horn goes off. We are going into the first break. Tied up at 1. When we come back, it will be the second period here on SummitCitySports.com.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any...
We are back here at the Parkview Sport 1 Ice House, where we are tied up at 1 between the Carroll Chargers and the Fort Wayne Vipers. Teams are lining up for the draw as we get set for the second period. So we are set for the second period between the Chargers and the Vipers. Face-off won by the Vipers as they have it in their own zone. Now going up the far side, looks like Kohlmeyer has possession as it is wrapped around the boards to the far corner. Now it's stopped behind the net. It looks like Drew Wilson has possession for the Vipers. 4-on-4 hockey still. Centers it to Gruden. He cannot get the shot off. Into their own zone. Hayden Scott with it now. That one is shot into the safety netting. Play whistled down. So now off the draw, that faceoff was from the Vipers' end. As now it's going to be controlled along the neutral zone and into the Fort Wayne end. Coming in is going to be the Carroll Chargers. Now Demiri at the point. A slap shot there, blocked in front. Looks like by Reasoner is going to be controlled along the far side by McComb. McComb centers it to Reasoner, but that is broken up by Demiri. That one sent over to behind the net as the Vipers are currently on a penalty kill. Carroll with the power play as now is going to be sent out to the point. Now here's Perry with a shot into the glove of Yeiser, and he hangs on, but it's now out to the point. Palmer with possession. He'll send it down to Cameron Perry. Perry a shot. That one's off the blocker of Yeiser. Yeiser dives out to cover it. Devin Perry arguing that the puck went into the net. However, a quick whistle by the official saves a goal there for the Vipers as he loses sight of the puck as he believed Yeiser had it covered. So Carroll come within seconds of taking the lead, but as I said, a whistle by the official, however, wipes that out. Now here is Hayden Scott. Scott banks off the glass. However, it is knocked down by Perry. Hayden gets it back. Kuharski sends it down the ice. That one will not be icing as he manages to clear it just before the power play expires for the Chargers. And now here's Carroll back the other way. Coming down the zone into the neutral zone is Perry, but he's poke checked there. Here's Trevor McKinnon going the other way. He's poke checked there. As now is going to be controlled by the Chargers as they get it off another poke check. And here's the tie-up. Kuharski with possession. He'll flip it down over the Indiana Tech logo. And now here is McKinnon. McKinnon a shot. Good save there by Carteau. Nice read on the play for him. As now it's going to be controlled, looks like, down low by the Chargers. Perry fans on the clearing attempt, and Devin Perry can't get it out. Now here's Cameron Perry. Hayden Scott. Now it's controlled by Backstrom at the point. Puck changing possessions rather fast, and that one's off the Zamboni door as McKinnon tried to find somebody out. Here's Devin Perry. He has control of the puck, so he's able to come in before the puck. Perry a shot. That one's into the pad of Yeiser. Yeiser hangs on, and now we got a little bit of a extracurricular between Hayden Scott and Nick Tigner. So Perry coming in with a good shot, but an even better save there by Steven Yeiser. Now off the draw, it is going to be controlled by the Chargers, and we will have a hand pass blown on the play. Looks like they're going to move the face-off to outside of the Viper zone. As they say, it was the Carroll Chargers who were the ones guilty of the hand pass. 1:51 remaining in the second period. We are tied up at 1 from goals from Austin Reasoner and Grant Palmer. That one's going to get put inside of the Carroll zone as now is Demiri to the far corner. That one's now poke checked out, and a heavy hit there by Leininger. Now here is the Chargers. Palmer with a shot. That one goes wide. Leininger centers it, but it is knocked down by Brown. Looks like it was Burge able to keep it in there for the Chargers as Zemansky now has it. He'll send it to the far side for Drew Wilson. And Wilson will send it down low. That one rolls on net. Carteau has to dive out and cover the puck. That one taking a funny bounce off the Zamboni doors. $11:14 remaining in the second period. We are still tied up at 1. Face-off will be to the right of the goaltender, Carson Carteau. That one will be won by the Carroll Chargers. It's now, and it looks like it's going to be controlled by Kohlmeyer along the near side. Now it's batted down low to be played by number 21, Scott Cross. Cross throws it around to the near side. Bushel able to keep it alive for the Vipers. Here's Kohlmeyer. Looking for Reasoner. Reasoner backhands it to Minch. Minch has it in his skates. Looking for an easy one-time there, but a bad pass. Here's a centering feed, but a poke check there by the goaltender Carson. Carteau knocks it away. Here is Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer's shot. That one is into the gut of Carteau, and Carteau will hang on. And, of course, as you already have heard from my pregame discussions, don't forget, of course, today's broadcast is brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260Sports. That is 260Sports. Like our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Off the draw is going to be controlled by the Vipers. Out to the point, that one's down low. Be played now by Scott. Over to the far side, now grabbed by McKinnon. Trevor McKinnon with it now. He'll bank it off the boards. And now played by Kuharski. Kuharski to McKinnon. A slap shot. Saved by Carteau. Great passing play there from Kuharski to Trevor McKinnon. McKinnon with a great one-time shot. Carteau able to track it all the way as he makes the save. With 10-12 remaining in the second period, we are still tied up at 1. Face-off won by the Vipers, and now it's going to be played, looks like, by Palmer. Grant Palmer with it now, coming inside of the zone for the Chargers. He hits the brakes at the point, gets around Kuharski. Now to the high slot. Poke check there, but regains control. Palmer drops it off for Demary. Demary able to keep it alive. Walking the line. Now to the high slot. Demary a shot. That one's wide. Rebound is going to be grabbed by DeGroot. Ridge keeps it alive. Here's Perry with his shot. That one's wide. Mulholland unable to grab it. As now here is the Vipers. Now out to the point. Ridge once again keeps it alive. And now it is controlled by DeGroot. Carroll with all kinds of pressure on that one. That one's going to roll on net. So pucks are taking a very funny bounce here tonight, as that one initially was going to go for icing, but decides to take a bit of a lane change onto the goaltender, Carson Carteau. Hayden Scott with it now inside his own defensive end. Hits the official on the play. And now it's going to be played by Drew Wilson. Wilson looking up the ice for Zemansky. Demary keeps it alive, if only for a brief second. Here's Wilson. Wilson, shot. That one's into the glove of Carteau, and Carteau hangs on. 8:50 remaining in the second period. We are tied up at 1. Face off inside of the Carroll zone. This one to the left of the goaltender, Carson Carteau. That one's going to be tied up in 1 by, looks like, Zemansky for the Vipers. Brown, a slap shot, tipped in front, rebound opportunity, gobbled up, scores! From this angle, it looked like Carteau had it, but the Vipers are able to track it first. As they put home a rebound, they tie it up, they take the lead off a goal from Drew Wilson. We'll get the official call here in a minute. But the Vipers are up 2-1 on the Carroll Chargers as they manage to get home a rebound. Wilson sends it down low. Wilson does get the goal as they make the official call here, as now is going to be controlled by Zemansky. Centers it, but knocked away by Carteau. Zemansky with it now. Out to Brown, and a poke check there by Burge. Breaks up a great chance there for the Vipers. Now here is a hand pass by the Carroll Chargers. As Leninger was cutting into the zone, he thought he had pretty much a good breakaway, but the official blows it dead for a hand pass. Face-off will be along the near side, just outside of the Fort Wayne end. Face-off won by the Vipers is now going to be sent over to the far side for Reasoner. Reasoner has it down low, tries to center it to Kohlmeyer, unable to do so, as now Kohlmeyer has it behind the net. Out to Bushel at the point. Bushel shot, tipped in front, and a rebound opportunity is going to be knocked away there by the defense of the Carroll Chargers. Leninger with possession now as he looks to carry it down the ice. He goes over the neutral zone and now to the near side. Leninger's shot, and it's into the padding of Yeiser. Yeiser pulling a bit of a disappearing puck act on that one. It now is going to be a face-off inside of the Fort Wayne zone to the right of Steven Yeiser. Yeiser entering his sophomore year of high school, so he has at least 2 more years of high school hockey left. Palmer, a shot, saved there off the blocker. Palmer tying up McKinnon. McKinnon still maintaining possession as he banks off the boards for Scott. Scott looking up ice for McComb, but it's knocked away by Devin Perry. Perry retreats to the safety behind his own net. McComb's there, tries to make it into a turnover. DeGroot keeps it alive for the Vipers. That one's banged off the glass and down the ice. It is going to be controlled by Hayden Scott. Hayden Scott trying to get it up ice. Now is going to be Trevor McKinnon. McKinnon gets inside the zone before being stick lifted by Palmer. Grant Palmer coming down the far side. He has room, so he skates it in. Palmer lifts it to himself, now to the near corner. Still has possession, gets around McComb, but McKinnon is there, and now the Vipers are going up the other way. Into the zone, here is Trevor McKinnon. McKinnon hits the brakes, he'll set it down low. Demiri with possession for the Carroll Chargers. Out to the point, here's Hayden Scott for the Vipers. He'll send it down to McComb. McComb loses it along behind the net, as now Devin Perry gets it up to, looks like number 25, that is Landon Ringenberg. Demary backhands it around the zone to be grabbed there by DeGroot. DeGroot banks off the glass. That one just kept it alive by the Chargers, then shot wide. Here is Cameron Perry. Out to the point for Demary. Demary throws it on net. Stick save there. Yeah, he's a rebound by Perry. Cannot connect. And a heavy hit there by Leninger on McComb. That one shot stopped by Carteau. Shot coming from Hayden Scott. 5:39 remaining in the second period. It is now 2-1 in favor of the Vipers. That one won by the Chargers, but is now stolen, and now behind the net, Backstrom pokes it away. As that one goes off the glass and out to the point, Burge sends it down to Perry. Delayed offsides for Carroll, so the Vipers are going to try to carry it, unable to do so. Here's Brown. Now grabbed, looks like, by Knoblau. And here is Leninger for the Chargers. Leninger cuts to the middle. Poke check there. Rebound. Cleared away, and we will have another penalty. Five 5:02 remaining in the second period. Carroll will go on the power play for the fourth time tonight, as it's out to the point and now sent down low. Looks like Knoblau will get a slash. It's now going to be played by Carson Carteau. Here's Cameron Perry coming down the far side. He'll hit the brakes around the half wall. Perry out to the point for Nick Tigner. That one shot wide. Now grabbed by Leninger. Leninger with it now. He will take a look. Out to Nick at the point. Nick a shot. That one is above the net and wide. And it's up in the air. Here's Cameron Perry. Cameron Perry with it now. Down low to Leninger. Leninger shot. That one's off the glove of Yeiser. As Devin Perry has it now. Perry, poke check there by Kohlmeyer. That one's out of the zone and into the neutral end. Perry once again poke checked by Kohlmeyer, and now it's grabbed up by Cameron Perry. Cameron Perry loses it there to Bushel, as it is going to be at the point for Demiri. Demiri has shot. That one's into the slot, and now it's going to be cleared out by Minch. 3:41 remaining in the second period. Vipers up by 1 with 35 seconds remaining in the man advantage to the Carroll Chargers. That one a turnover. Here's Trevor McKinnon. McKinnon unable to get very far as he was caught flat-footed. Here is going to be Palmer. He'll throw it into the zone behind the net for the Vipers. as the Reasoners hit into the boards. Here's Cameron Perry. Perry cut into the slot. Shot above the net and wide. Here is Palmer. Palmer, pressured by McKinnon, still has possession. Grant Palmer tying up Hayden Scott. And that one's going to draw a penalty. Palmer is going to get the gate for holding as the Vipers will go on the power play for the second time tonight. They currently sit 0 for 1. .257 remaining in the second period as the Vipers still lead the Chargers by 1 off a goal from Drew Wilson. So now it's going to be controlled by the Chargers as they clear it back down low. Here is DeGroot. As now it's down low along the near side. Kuharski out to Hayden Scott. Scott with it now. Scott throws it on net. It is tipped in front and into the safety netting. 2:32 remaining in the second period. Minute 35 left on the man advantage for the Vipers. As now is going to be a face-off inside the defensive zone for the Carroll Chargers as they win the draw. Kept alive there at the point by DeGroot. Now it's going to be, looks like McComb. Keegan McComb sends it around the boards to the near side. Hayden Scott's hit hard there by Leninger. Drew Wilson currently having the lead goal for the Vipers. He has possession of the faceoff circle. Save, and that one goes behind the net. Now a wraparound tip and another chance by Kuharski. Scores! Kuharski, it's a power play goal. So the Vipers cashing in on that man advantage. They continue to play till the whistle goes. So Kuharski finds the back of a net, and it's 3-1 in favor of the Fort Wayne Vipers. The Carroll coach is a little upset that maybe the ref should have blown the play dead as they kept hacking into the pads of Carteau. So the Carroll coach currently pleading his case. However, probably not going to get the goal called back as the Vipers are up 3-1. Now, looks like the official was making sure that head coach Stephen Yackley didn't need any explanation on that play. As now we get set for the draw. 2:05 remaining in the first. Vipers up 3-1. As now is going to be sent into the zone by, looked like Bushel. Tied up behind the net now. Is going to be controlled, looks like by Backstrom. He's knocked off the play and controlled once again by, looks like, the Vipers. Coming away with it. Here's a shot. That one stopped by Carteau, and Carteau hang on. Shot coming from number 26, Nick Lehman. So the Vipers currently up by 2. A minute 40 remaining in the second period. Face-off won and controlled at the point by the Vipers. There's a shot into the glove of Carteau, and Carteau will hang on. Face-off will be to the left of the goaltender Carteau, and is controlled once again by the Vipers. There's a shot that's blocked in front. And now it's going to be grabbed by Devin Perry. Perry centers up the Birds. Now up to Cameron Perry. 2-on-1 for the Chargers. Perry, shot, and it goes wide. Devin Perry Poke check by Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer goes up the far near side, and now it's going to be controlled by Burge. Another 2-on-1 chance. Burge with possession. With the shot. Scores! Brody Burge on a 2-on-1 brings the Chargers within one. So it's now 3-2 with a minute 4 left in the second period. As that one coming from Brody Burge. Looks like Carroll is trying to get their personnel right. There we go. And here's the face-off. Now controlled by Palmer. Palmer gets it inside the zone. Now behind the net. Pressured there by Knobloch. That one's now grabbed by Drew Wilson. Stick lifted there. Here's Devin Perry. That one's now poked out of the zone by, looks like number 11, Christian Brown. But here's Wilson now for the Vipers. Zemansky with a shot. That one stopped by Carteau. Zemansky looking for a pass. Throws it on net. Stopped there by Carteau. And that one's backhanded out of the zone. And now it's a race for the puck. Perry and Knobloch tie up. And now it's going to be sent around to the far side and out of the zone. Grant Palmer with it now. 18 seconds remaining in the second period. Clearing attempt failed. Demiri up to Cameron Perry. Looking for Leninger. Play on side. Cameron Perry. Poke check there. Here is Grant Palmer. Palmer hit there by, looked like Wilson, and that's sent out of the zone. 3 seconds. Leninger throws it on net. Blocked in front and sent out of the zone. Horn goes off. We are going into the second intermission with the Vipers up by a score of 3-2. We will take a break here on SummitCitySports.com. And when we come back, we'll do a bit of a recap here as to how we got where we are between the Vipers and the Carroll Chargers.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
Give your home the curb appeal it deserves and trust Kurt's Mio to power wash your home. Additional services include concrete sealing, deck and fence cleaning, driveway replacement, and stamped concrete. Just head on over to kurtzmio.com. Request your virtual quote and use the code SummitCity for 15% off all power washing services. That's kurtzmio.com, supporting the youth of Fort Wayne. Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express Walk-In Clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Parkview Ortho Express is open Monday through Thursday, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. Call 260-266-4007 for more information. Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any age, any skill level.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
And so we are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House. We are currently in the middle of the intermission here. I was going to say second, however, there is really only one intermission as they clean the ice to get ready for the third period here between the Carroll Chargers and the Fort Wayne Vipers, where Fort Wayne currently sits with a lead of 1 by a score of 3-2. So let's take a look back at to how we got this far. First up, though, is a spectacular save by the goaltender Carson Carteau, as coming in on the breakaway looked like is Austin Reisner. That one was a good save there by Carteau. That was early in the game, so Carteau already getting tested early between the Vipers and the Chargers. However, not too long after that, an initial shot was stopped by Carteau, but Reisner gets revenge for that breakaway save as he puts home a rebound to give the Vipers a 1-0 lead. Later in the first period, though, the Carroll Chargers do answer from none other than Grant Palmer. Palmer cut down low. He got poke checked. However, he was able to just kind of blindly throw a backhand on net. That tied it up at 1 as it slid under the goaltender, Steven Yeiser. So that brought us to the first intermission, or first break, tied up at 1. And then in the second, it was pretty much all Vipers. So on this play, it's a little hard to see. An initial shot was stopped by Carteau. However, the ref never blew the play dead. So Drew Wilson was able to find the puck and put it into the net to give the Vipers a 2-1 lead. Then later into the second period, it is the Vipers once again. An initial shot here went off the blocker of Carteau, and it went behind the net. Kucharski was able to put a wraparound into the net. As you could see on the replay, it was kind of hard to see in real time. It looked like Kucharski kind of poked it into the net after the goaltender made the save, but actually it was actually in the net before Kucharski even touched the goalie. So Kucharski was able to find the net easily on a wraparound to give the Vipers a 3-1 lead. And then shortly before the end of the third, Carroll wasn't quite done yet, as 44 Brody Burge, freshman for the Carroll Chargers, gets his first of the season off a 2-on-1 opportunity to bring the Chargers within 1, as that's where we currently sit here in the second intermission here. When we come back, it'll be the third period here between these two teams on SummitCitySports.com.
I chose St. Francis because they made a promise that I would have real-world experience that I could take when I graduated, and they delivered on that promise. For me, the classroom only gets you so far, so they're setting you up with an internship. I had a mentor that they set me up with that was a CEO of a DuPont hospital in Fort Wayne. They offer degrees in accounting, business administration, risk management and insurance, marketing, and finance. They just did a great job of the full circle of not only the education but also the experience.
Thank you for supporting Summit City Sports. For the last several years, we've provided the Fort Wayne community and beyond with coverage of a variety of sports, thanks to our title sponsorship from Parkview Sports Medicine. Since we began in 2015, our annual budget has covered the cost of videographers and commentators to over 300 plus games each year. New equipment and maintenance of that equipment, along with increased broadcast rights fees from the IHSAA. This season, we're reaching out to friends, families, and local businesses for additional sponsorships and donations. You can help us grow and get coverage to your favorite team or sport. A Summit City Sports sponsorship or donation will help make that happen. We have the goal of bringing fans live stream games of every SAC game we cover. With the additional funds, we'd invest in mobile internet devices, allowing us to bring our supporters every SAC conference football and boys and girls basketball games live, as well as more coverage for sports like cross country, tennis, golf, swimming, wrestling, track and field, baseball, and softball. For more information on sponsorships or how to donate, visit SummitCitySports.com.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Looking for a way to naturally aid in soothing aches, pains, and sore muscles and reduce inflammation from the skin? Want a relief in minutes? Try Alleviate. Contact Hillary Didier for details. You can find her at didier.hillary@gmail.com or call her at 260-312-1599.
So we are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House. We are getting ready for the third period. Teams currently going over some final minute strategy. The Vipers looking to extend the lead and or hold it, while Carroll looks to get things tied up with 15 minutes on the clock here in the third. As I said, we'll take a quick look at next week's games. November 6th. At 6:40, it is the Leo Lions and the Carroll Chargers kicking things off. And then at 8:40, it'll be the Fort Wayne Vipers and looks like the Homestead Spartans. Teams are lining up for the face-off. It looks like it's going to be Perry out there. For the Chargers, he'll go up against, looks like, Drew Wilson. Face-off won there by the Chargers, and it's actually poked away, as now is going to be controlled by the Vipers. That one is going to be now grabbed by Cameron Perry. Perry gets it to the neutral zone. Now over to DeGroot. Up ice, looking for McKinnon. McKinnon has it in his feet. I don't think he quite knew where it was. As now here is Wilson for the Fort Wayne Vipers. Coming in the zone. Wilson behind the net, now to the far corner. And it's going to be Keegan McComb. McComb behind the net now. Tries to center. That's loose in the crease. And the rebound opportunities into the glove of Carteau. That one coming from Trevor McKinnon. Face off inside the Carroll zone to the left of the goaltender Carteau. Face off won by Palmer as he tied up Backstrom on the play. Able to kick it back. As now here is Leninger. Leninger with the puck. He will try to clear it, but it's off the skate of Backstrom. And Backstrom kind of retreating as that one possibly could have stung a little bit. As now here is Riesener. Austin Riesener tied up there with Leninger. Penalty coming up to Carroll. That one's going to go for slashing. Leninger immediately to the box on that one. So the Vipers, with their third opportunity on the night, they currently sit with the power play of 1 for 2. 13:53 remaining in the third period. 2 minutes on the clock. It is a Vipers power play. Ian Scott back to Bushel. Over to Minch at the point. Minch with the wrist shot goes wide and behind the net. And now it's going to be cleared by Nick Tigner for the Carroll Chargers. As now Carter Minch pressured by Grant Palmer. Palmer trying to steal it, but Minch doing a good job staying between Palmer and the puck. As now is going to be controlled, looks like, by Zemansky. Zemansky with it now, coming down the far side, loses possession, but Minch will flip it into the zone. That one rang around the boards. Zemansky has it as they whistle it down. Looks like for a hand pass. I didn't quite catch that one, but officials have a better view than I do, so they whistle it down for a hand pass. 13:11 remaining in the third. The Vipers up 1 as they lead 3-2. Controlled now. It is going to be into the zone and grabbed by, looks like, DeGroot for the Vipers. Here's Brody Burge with the goal that brings Carroll within 1, and now here comes the Vipers the other way. McKinnon hits the brakes around the faceoff circle. McKinnon centers it, and Lehman cannot pull the trigger. Here's Devin Perry, short-handed breakaway. Perry, shot saved by Yeiser. So Yeiser coming up big there with a breakaway save on Perry as he maintains the 1-goal lead. That one now coming in the zone. And now it's going to be to the near side wall. And out to the point for Scott. That one cleared out by Palmer. Now along the near side, it looks like Cameron Perry with it. 5 seconds remaining in the power play to the Vipers. As they return to full strength for Carroll, and now it is a bad pass by Perry. It's going to be controlled by Ringberg. That one's into the zone. Now into the Carroll end. It's going to be controlled by the Chargers, tied up along the near side. Hayden Scott shot. That one's wide as that one snuck through Carteau. Here is Palmer. Up to Perry. That one's off the linesman, and now it's going to be, here's Keegan McComb. McComb dekes around 2 charges before Cameron Perry comes in and cuts him off. As now it is going to be sent down the ice, tapped away by number 25. That is Landon Ringenberg. Now a stretch pass to Reisner, gets tipped through his legs. And now it's going to be controlled once again by Ringenberg. Reisner knocks it away, and here comes Austin Reisner for the Vipers. Reisner centers it, scores! Zemansky! Reisner throws it in front of the net. Zemansky's there, knocks home the one-timer, and that gives the Vipers back a 2-goal lead as they are now up 4-2. Face-off is going to be controlled and won by the Vipers. Hayden Scott in his own zone. That one's wrapped around the boards. And now it's going to be Brody Burge keeping it in there for the Chargers. But it's knocked away and out of the zone. Demiri leaves it for Leninger. Leninger backhands it. Drew Wilson unable to put it in the zone. There he does. As now it is down low. That one wrapped around the boards. Grant Palmer with possession. He'll throw it down the ice. That one will be icing waved off as Yeiser covers the puck with 10:04 remaining in the third period. Face-off will be down inside of the Fort Wayne zone. As now it is going to be a face-off win by the Chargers. Down low is going to be, looks like Carter Minch. He'll throw it to the near corner for Keegan McComb. Now is going to be, looks like Kohlmeyer along the far side. He banks off the boards. That one is the delayed offsides for the Chargers. However, they touch up, and here comes Keegan McComb. McComb into the zone. He will throw it down low to be played by Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer with it now. That one is knocked away, looks like by Nick Tigner. Now coming up the far side is going to be Devin Perry. Leaves it for Cameron Perry. Cameron Perry. Shot. That one goes wide. And now it's to the far corner. Here is the Vipers. Keegan McComb with it now. Pressured there by Cameron Perry. He's pushed into the boards. And now it is going to be controlled, looks like, by Carter Minch. That one's out to the zone to be played by Cross. Now up to the ice. It is going to be a shot in front of the crease, and that one is knocked into the corner. And now the Vipers maintain possession. They bank it off the glass, and it goes out of play with 8:46 remaining here in the third period. So it's 4-2 in favor of the Vipers. 8:46 remaining in the third period. Face-off back inside of the Fort Wayne zone. That is going to be controlled by the Vipers. Zemanski pokes it away, and now it's inside of the corner for the Carroll Chargers. A heavy hit there on the numbers. I'm surprised that wasn't a board. That was straight on the numbers there. Demiri hitting Zemanski. And now it's going to be up the ice. Grant Palmer, poke check there by Reasoner. Kept alive by the Vipers. That time it gets out of the zone. DeGroot sends it back down low. Here is, looks like number 20. That is Ridge. Ridge sends it up the near side. And it's going to be played now by, looks like the Vipers coming away with it. Ridge has it now for the Chargers. That one's banked off the boards. Looks like up to Lettinger as DeGroot ties him up. And it's into the feet of Lehman. Hayden Scott banks off the boards. Grant Palmer knocks it down for Carroll. He'll throw it in the zone, delayed offsides. So they have to touch up for the Carroll Chargers. Ian Scott has it now for the Vipers. Into the zone. Now down to the corner behind the net. Demiri hit there by Ian Scott. Here's Drew Wilson. Can't quite pull the trigger. Now it's loose in the high slot. Trevor McKinnon can't get away with it. And now is going to be out to the point. Hayden Scott sends it back down low. Heavy hit there on Burge. And now is going to be Ian Scott once again. Ian Scott to the low slot. Stick lift there. Rebound. No goal on that one. As Ian Scott runs over Carteau on that one. Looks like he's going to send both of them to the box. We will get the official calls here in just a couple of seconds. So 2 to the box. We'll figure out what the calls are here in just a couple of seconds. Faceoff will be inside of the Carroll end, however. So we'll figure this out here in just a couple of seconds. Looks like they will be skating 5-on-5. So coincidental minors, 7:08 remaining here in the third period. A shot right off the draw is covered by Carteau. So Lettinger gets a hook. And Ian Scott will get a rough. So Lettinger for a hook. Ian Scott for roughing. 5-on-5 hockey due to the coincidental minors. As now a face-off won by the Vipers goes out of the zone. It is going to be touched up by Knobloch. And now it's going to be Christian Brown. Around to Knobloch. He'll try to get it out of the zone, and it looks like it might have, as it is indeed out of the zone. They still had a player over the line. Carroll offsides. .46 remaining here in the third period. It is the Chargers who are down by 2 as the Vipers lead 4-2. Carroll wins the draw back cross, sends it over to Nick Tigner. Tigner will throw it on net. That one goes right into the gut of the goaltender, Steven Yiser. Faceoff will stay inside of the Vipers' end. This time to the right of the goaltender, Steven Yiser. So off the draw is going to be into the near side face-off circle. As now is going to be controlled at the point. Here's Cameron Perry. Perry with possession. He'll send it down low behind the net. Now it's loose to the crease. And Zemansky does a good job fighting it for the Vipers and clearing it away. Devin Perry centers it. Knocked away. Here's cross the sky. That one goes wide. Now it's tied up along the far corner. Austin Reisner has it for the Vipers. He'll throw it out of the zone. Coming away with it. Here's Backstrom. Backstrom throws it. And a good defensive play there by Nick Tigner to get back. And a heavy hit there on cross from Minch. Now it's going to be played by Devin Perry. Backstrom keeps it alive for the Vipers, but it's thrown out of the defensive zone by the Carroll defenseman, Nick Tigner. As now it is going to be controlled, and a shot there goes into the safety netting. Shot coming, looks like from Backstrom. .541 remaining here in the third period. The Vipers still maintain a 2-goal lead by a score of 4-2. Face off inside of the Carroll zone to the right of the goaltender, Carson Carteau. That one looks like it's tied up and won by the Chargers. Brody Burge loses an edge on that one. And now is going to be sent into the zone. Icing waved off. DeGroot has it now for the Vipers. DeGroot gets it down out of the zone to be played there by Demiri. Demiri to Palmer. Palmer sends it down low. That one goes off the back of the net. Centering feed is out to the point. Demiri has shot. That one's wide. Hayden Scott with it now. He'll bank it off the boards. Unable to get it out. It's now, it looks like, controlled by Lehman. Lehman's knocked down the play by Demiri, and now Grant Palmer has it. Palmer poke check there by Drew Wilson. Ridge sends it up to Cameron Perry. Perry gets inside the zone. He's pressured hard there by Hayden Scott. And now the Vipers come back the other way. Here's Drew Wilson. Gets around Palmer with the deke. Now to the high slot. He is taken down on the play. Devin Perry lost an edge. A lot of the Viper fans and players looking for a trip on that one, but it doesn't look like they'll get it. Demiri sends it to Palmer. Another pass to Devin Perry is not able to be connected. Here's the Vipers inside their own defensive end at the point. Delayed offside for the Chargers. They have to touch up as now it looks like it's going to be controlled by Christian Brown. That one set down the ice. That one will go for an icing. .412 remaining here in the third period. Carroll still down 4-2. Face off inside of the Fort Wayne zone, and it's going to be to the right of the goaltender, Steven Yiser. That one's won, and a shot at the point goes just wide. That one coming from the defenseman, Nick Tigner. And now is going to be out to Cross. Cross at the point, decides to bank it back up the boards. Here is Palmer. Palmer, a shot. That one goes wide. Looking high glove. Keegan McComb has it now for the Vipers as he gets into the zone. And now Leninger has it. Leninger hit hard by Kuharski. Here's Kohlmeyer. Kohlmeyer shot. Save. Rebound. It's loose in the crease. And it's still loose. Carteau finds it. And Carteau makes the save and covers the puck. Perry and Kuharski exchanging words on that one. Faceoff will be inside of the Carroll zone, this time to the left of the goaltender Carson Carteau. Reisner wins it back to Hayden Scott. Scott a shot, tipped in front, Carteau makes a save. Reisner looking for his second there off the deflection. 3:27 remains on the clock here in the third period. Face-off, here's a shot from the point. That one goes wide. Zemansky has it now for the Vipers. The hit there on Perry from Reisner. Hayden Scott keeps it alive. Austin Reisner out to the point. Zemansky has shot. That one's off the blocker of Carteau. Sam Backstrom hit there by Perry, loses it to Reisner. And now that one's going to be grabbed here by, looks like Cameron Perry. He'll go up the far side. He'll throw it down into the zone. Now it's going to be controlled by the Chargers. He, right there, will avoid a hit. Perry avoiding Backstrom. Here's Cameron Perry. Perry a shot. That one's off the glass wide. Now it looks like Leninger pressured here, but barely keeps it over the line. Here's Leninger. Centers it. And we will have a penalty coming up to the Vipers. So flip side here, the Vipers have yet to be scored on tonight on the man advantage. Carroll going 0 for 4, as this is their fifth opportunity. So the clock is right now kind of in favor of the Vipers. So at the end of the penalty, it will be just 29 seconds remaining in the third period. So they can just keep sending the puck down. Plus, you got to look for the Carroll Chargers to pull Carteau. So they'll basically have unlimited chances at an empty net. It looks like Carroll is going to use their timeout as they look to bring this back here. We'll take a quick break here on SummitCitySports.com. We will have the third period here when we come back.
Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Keep your skills on point and take advantage of the Always 100 basketball camps. The Holiday Hoops Developmental Camp is for ages pre-K through 8th grade. You'll work on shooting, dribbling, passing, and defense December 24th through January the 2nd on Tuesday.
And so we are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Brandon Porter. As we get set for the third period here, or the continuation of the third period here, I should say, between the Fort Wayne Vipers and the Carroll Chargers, where the Vipers currently are up 4-2, and they have a penalty kill to deal with here, with 2:29 remaining in the third period. Carroll elected to keep goaltender Carson Carteau in now for the time being, as now it is going to be, looks like Devin Perry, down low to Palmer. Palmer with possession along the Zamboni doors. Now out to the point. Demiri to Nick Tigner. Centering it to Cameron Perry, but it goes wide. And that one is shot out of the zone by the Vipers. Carteau is going to be forced to cover the puck. As Kuharski was given chase on that one. Perry gives Kuharski a bit of a shove after the whistle. His frustration is certainly mounting now for the Chargers. Face-off won by, looked like McKinnon. As now it's going to be out of the zone. Carter Mensch gets there for the Vipers. He'll throw it back down low. And now grabbed there by Grant Palmer. Palmer with room. Skates up the far side, into the zone with speed. Now takes behind that centering feed to Devin Perry. Can't connect. Carto goes to the bench for the Chargers. It's now a two-man advantage. 6-on-4. Centering feed's knocked away from Palmer. Demiri keeps it alive. Grant Palmer pressured by two Vipers. Backhand blocked in front. And now it's going to be Bushel. He aims for the net. It's going. And it goes wide. No icing, however, as the Vipers are on a penalty kill, so they could just keep aiming on that. Now the linesman gets in the way on that one. As now is going to be Lenninger. And that one hits the official yet again. Devin Perry with it now. As looks like Carroll is just quite discombobulated on this one. That one goes for the empty net and wide as well. 49 and a heavy hit there along the near side. That's going to draw a crowd. Minch was the one that had the hit there. It looked like it was on Nick Tigner. So Minch is going to head to the showers a little early on that one. We'll get the official call here in just a couple minutes. Devin Perry looks to get the box there for the Chargers. We'll wait to see the official call here as during the scrum, a couple punches were exchanged and even the helmet came off of Carter Minch, and it looked like one of the Perry brothers actually ended up throwing the helmet back into Minch's face. So we'll see what the results here on this one as the linesman and the official are talking this one over. 45.3 remaining here in the third period. The Vipers are up 4-2. We will take a quick break here on Summit City Sports.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Developing athletes to be foundationally strong. Healthy and consistent training. Expert staff. Long-term athletic development. Parkview Sports Medicine Performance. Any athlete, any.
And so we are back here at the Parkview Sport One Ice House. We are still getting things squared away. Linesmen and officials are currently still talking this over. However, one of the linesmen did signal that this will be 5-on-5 hockey once they get things straightened out. Both coaches currently awaiting an explanation. We'll figure this out here in just a couple of minutes. So let's take a quick look back at how we currently sit here. It was the Fort Wayne Vipers getting on the board first with a goal from Austin Reisner. Then they had more contributions from Drew Wilson. Nick Kuharski got the Vipers' third goal off a power play. And then the current goal, or the more recent one I should say, was from number 38, Thomas Zemansky. So Zemansky quite possibly might have the game-winning goal here as the Vipers are currently sitting up 4-2. Goal scorers for the Chargers consist of Grant Palmer. He continues his goal streak. And number 44, Brody Burge, getting his first goal on the season, as he's actually a freshman. That could be his very first goal of his high school hockey career here in Fort Wayne. So 45.3 remaining on the clock, 16 seconds remaining in the penalty to number 22, Hayden Scott, as he received the penalty earlier in the play. So Carroll, I believe, is actually on their 6th opportunity tonight. They currently sit 0 for 5 on the night, if the numbers are aligned, that is. However, the Vipers are currently sitting 1 for 3, so they do have a power play goal. That came, as I said, earlier in the second period, coming from Nick Kuharski. While we still get an explanation from this, we'll take another quick break here on SummitCitySports.com.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap from various Midwest breweries. We also have an area perfect for private events such as meetings, reunions, and banquets that holds up to 50 people. The Acme Bar and Grill, located in the heart of East State Village, where neighbors...
For every victory, for every highlight, for every team in the Summit Athletic Conference, we've got you covered. Like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest.
So we are still awaiting an explanation here, as now the officials they have communicated with timekeeper and the scorekeeper here in the off-ice officials. Now they're giving the information here to the coaching staff of the Carroll Chargers and soon to the Fort Wayne Vipers. So we will continue to figure this little event out here. We'll take another break here on SummitCitySports.com.
Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels.
The Acme Bar and Grill, where neighbors meet. A Fort Wayne tradition since 1941. We feature nightly dinner specials along with our iconic pizza, wings, and pork tenderloins, and barbecue in our family-friendly atmosphere with a retro flair. Additionally, we offer a full bar with 26 beers on tap.
And so we are back here. Teams have lined up for a face-off. Looks like we finally have this squared away. The Viper fans are visibly upset that Cameron Perry is not thrown out of the game, as well as he threw a few punches in that scrum. Devin Perry did get kicked out, though, for throwing the helmet. So Mitch got a game misconduct and a 5-minute major for the Vipers. That one's sent out to the point. Now center feed, knocked away. So now that one's out. 2 seconds on the clock. I do apologize. I was trying to figure out the penalties here. Carroll does lose this one by a score of 4-2. Vipers improve to 2-0. So Carter Minch gets the gate, 5 and a 10. Devin Perry got the gate, 5 and a 10, I believe, for intent to injure and abuse of officials. However, we will figure out the official calls when we are back next week. We'll bring out the information when we get the scorecard on that information. However, either way, the Fort Wayne Vipers do take a win here by a score of 4-2. As I said, next week we'll have more information as to what happened there at the end of the game. So we thank you for tuning in here between the Carroll Chargers and the Fort Wayne Vipers, where the Vipers emerge victorious.